Do the intro, man.
Well, I don't know. I'm Batman.
Great intro, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That was amazing. So yeah, we both played Batman.
Yes.
And you actually knew this series. So
Yeah.
why don't you tell me how did you get to know about this? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just bought the first game from GameStop because I heard some good stuff about it. I saw in trailers about the game, and some friends told me that it was great. So of course, and I was a Batman fan, so why wouldn't I buy a Batman game? So yeah, I bought it, and it was awesome, and I got really excited because I knew that the second game was coming out soon. So I actually went out when it came out and bought the collector's edition because I'm a nerd.
Well, that's cool. And I got to know it from you actually, because
I know.
I well, you know it, of course, yeah. But I never was actually that big Batman fan before I looked the newer movies. I have seen those old ones,
Yeah.
and those were kind of, well, corny, I guess, but
Yeah.
they had their own fun with that. But I think it was really cool, and I mean, it really raised the geekiness inside me when I watched those movies, and then when I heard that there were games about it, I didn't actually know about that there were new games about Batman. I just thought there were some Lego ones and something like that.
Even though the Lego ones are awesome too,
Oh really?
Yeah.
I haven't
Lego games,
played any.
they're like everyone they look down on the Lego games, but they are really fun. I mean, they even have the real storylines from the comic books, even though they make them in a funny way. But they actually have more content than all these other games because they have a lot of minor characters that you never hear about. But yeah. Anyway.
Really? I didn't know about that. I never played a Lego game before, so I'm just I don't know what the hell is going on in them, but
yeah,
that sounds really
they're
cool.
really fun. They're just fun to play because they're hilarious.
I should try one once.
Yeah, I
or something.
have the Lego Batman one, so you can borrow it.
Oh, cool! I gotta borrow that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I borrowed the first one from you, the Arkham Asylum. Yeah, that was the name. And I liked it a lot. I mean, it was really cool, and it felt like they really captured the Batman in the game. I mean, how he is like a character and stuff, mighty.
It was really they took the comic book world and made it awesome. I mean, since the there has never been really that many good comic book games because they have always been horrible. And then this came out and everybody's like, oh my god, every comic book should have this kind of game.
Yeah, I've heard things like that. I don't know, is there made any PS3 games of Spider-Man?
Yeah, but all of them they're pretty horrible. And Superman and everything, it's like, oh my god, no. But these Batman games, they are comic book game gold.
Yeah, I have some old Spider-Man game on my Game Boy Advance, in 2D, and I didn't actually know what the hell was going on when I played it, but I just liked to play it. I don't know if I remember correctly, I don't think there was a saving option either, or something like that.
What?
So you always had to start all over again.
Well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that was weird. But yeah, like I said, I really like the Asylum, and now I'm playing the Arkham City.
It's awesome.
That's even more awesome. I mean, they really improved the graphics, and it just makes the game even creepier.
And even I thought the Asylum was more creepier in that sense. It was actually a Asylum, but the city is so much bigger and so much more to do. I mean, since there is a lot of villains in that game, and the map is huge. So yeah.
I just started playing it, so I don't actually know that much. I'm about to meet Penguin, I guess, now.
Yeah, that's just one of many villains you will see in that game.
Oh, cool. Well, that's gonna be awesome. I mean, it felt like they really made this a great game, and But I don't know. How about the Origins one? I haven't played that.
Well,
but
I have it on my computer. I bought it on the Steam sales because I got it for like 1 or 2 euros or something. But yeah, I have this one friend, Jasmine. So she played it on the PS3, and she said it was alright. But then again, it's nothing really new, and it's like the story is kind of like well, whatever. It was really like this. It's a middle game, really. It's like this game that really isn't in the trilogy, because Arkham Knight is the real like continuation. It was also it was made by some other guys. Like it was not the same team that made the other games. So even though it's like still fun to play and the combat is still the same, but there was nothing really like remarkable about it.
Oh, yeah, I heard quite like not really bad things, but not really good things either about that game, and
Yeah.
it's said to be like nothing new, but like continuing just with the old stuff, and
Yeah, well, the old stuff was awesome, but
yeah, but
Yeah.
you kind of wait something new always when a game
Yeah,
comes out.
I mean, when they made Arkham City, it was so much improved, even though like the first game was awesome.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah.
that you can really notice that when you played it. And now, actually, when I just played it like a few days after I finished Arkham Asylum, so you actually notice a huge differentiality.
Yeah, well, it's like many years between, so obviously. I think it was the first one was made like in I don't know, I could check that. It was like made. It was like 3 years apart, I guess. Or
I
something.
don't know about the first one, but I have the copy of Arkham City in my hand, and this says this one has been made in 2011, I guess.
Well, I think the first one was made in like 2007 or something.
It might be. It
I'm
was kind of
checking.
at the time when PlayStation 3 came out, and games were about to get published on PlayStation
No,
3.
it came out August 5th, 2009, but it's still.
Oh,
But still,
well,
it's
it's-
kinda old.
it's kind of old still, but I mean the graphics are great for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, of course.
And-
It even got to Game of the Year and whatever. So.
Yeah, and this one has some 3D compatible.
Yeah.
This Arkham City, and I haven't actually tried that out ever, but it's said to be quite cool, but sometimes a little bit weird also.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was like this phase when all games tried to be like 3D, but it never
like-
worked out because nothing.
Like Uncharted 3 also, they made that game in 3D.
but nobody
possibility,
played it in 3D because
No.
because you would need a 3D TV, and those are so fucking pricey, and yeah, nobody has those, so yeah.
Yeah, but then when we've now finished with Origins, the huge analysis of that, but now let's move on to Arkham Knight,
Yes!
the game that's coming out in 2005. Was it 50? The
2005.
25th?
Yeah, 2015. Yeah, I guess it's coming out.
Yeah,
this year.
oh my god, I'm mixing things up. 2015, 25th of June, I
Yeah.
think it was. And I saw the trailer, I saw some gameplay footage, and it looked like, I don't know, from the future in 2020 or something like that.
Yeah.
It looked really amazing.
Yeah, I mean the armor on Batman is like, oh my god.
Yeah, and you actually get to drive the Batmobile
Yeah,
the
that is
first
very
time. That was really amazing. I never thought of that, but they actually made it possible now.
Yeah.
I read some comments that Batman doesn't use weapons, and some people were really furious about that he used weapons on his car. Well, I don't know. I think he uses weapons, but what about firearms? I mean,
He never. If you know Batman lore, Batman never kills anyone anyway.
yeah,
It's
it's kind of controversial, but at the same, I mean, he uses some kind of weapons all
yeah,
the time
I mean
in the games.
he has these non-lethal weapons like
Yeah.
Batang and whatever, but he doesn't use a gun or anything because that is not Batman.
No, but the Batmobile has some features where you can use some guns now, and well, I don't think that's anything like mind-blowingly crazy things,
No.
cause I mean it's
his
kind-
car obviously has like, because if you see the movies and whatever and the comic books, he uses his car to like break into houses and whatever. So he could use
Yeah.
it just to destruct stuff, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it would be like anything that would destroy the game and the whole storyline and something
No.
like that. I mean,
And I mean, always the Batman like universe. It's evolving, and why wouldn't he maybe in this one be more crazy? I mean, I don't know, because it's like there is so many comic books, and in some of them he might even have killed someone. I haven't read all of them, but that is a totally possibility, because comic books are crazy.
Yeah, neither have I read them, so I don't actually know, but I just stumbled on that comment because I thought it was I thought it was kind of interesting, but at the same time a little bit weird, because it doesn't really make that much matter, if you ask me.
Yeah. It's the small things. We haven't seen that much from Arkham's Knight yet. So
Arkham Knight, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, but I kind of got the feeling that it's gonna be an amazing game, and maybe a game of the year. I don't know.
You think game of the year to everything?
Well, there's coming out Uncharted 4 and Arkham Knight, and that's my the biggest.
I'm looking forward to
what options? I don't know.
Yeah, for me it's like Arkham Knight, Uncharted 4 and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is coming out, but I don't have a hard
anything.
time. Well, I don't know that much about them, but I just don't think that they're gonna win this. I mean, there is so big. The Uncharted franchise
you
is
would
so
only
big.
see.
Well, sorry.
You have no idea how big the Kingdom Hearts fandom is, and how fucking long people have waited for this game. They have literally waited for over 10 years. So yeah.
Well, then who knows? Who knows? It's
then
interesting
again,
to see.
But then again, we can't know anything about this Game of the Years because they haven't even come out yet. How will we know? They can all be shit for all of you know.
Well, we know that they could be shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's always fun to have some thoughts about that.
I'm pretty sure they will be awesome. Because at least in the Rocksteady, all the other games they have made was awesome. So, why would they suddenly become shit? Because they still got the basics. Because I don't think they're gonna change that much, because they know it works. The combat and whatever. It was everybody adores the combat because it's so fucking fun.
It's so amazing, and the fact that they kept also that close combat thing and stuff like that. It just makes the game even better.
Yeah, and even Shadow of Mordor took heavily in took that system, and it's many people say that they're copying, but in the same way, why would they not do that? Because it's a fucking awesome way to fight.
And it's not copying actually. I mean, it's using good things from another game.
It's not exactly the same. They have own things too,
I mean, it would be copying if Batman would suddenly appear in the Shadow of Mordor game and just makes finishing combos like in Arkham, I don't know, Knight, for example. But I don't see it would be copying.
And in the end, I don't really care about copying that much, because if there's a good thing and they see that it's working, why wouldn't they take that? Because why would they only have to be one company that has this one thing? I mean, obviously they will get the credit for it anyway. Yeah, and I know
they can't owe a thing like that. I mean, it's impossible if you ask me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I think we are pretty done now.
Yeah.
I don't know, but what could we say? I think we both are expecting big things about Arkham Knight.
Yeah, because Batman is my favorite comic book hero, and the thing was also because DC is not good in the movies, even though the Batman movies are awesome, but they are very far behind from Marvel, because Marvel just pumps out awesome movies all the time, and DC is just we have the Batman movies that are pretty fun.
True
yeah,
that.
so that's why it's fun that they have this awesome game instead.
It would be nice to see if they would make a Guardians of Galaxy to a video game soon.
I mean, they had this one in Disney Infinity, that this sandbox game, whatever, that you can play as they, but that's not the same thing, because that's just a mashup game.
Yeah.
But they don't have an own game, obviously. But that would be awesome, because I'm a huge fan of Guardians of Galaxy. Yeah, I'm usually in the DC camp because I'm such a Batman fan. But in the end, I also see that Marvel has a lot more stuff put out because oh my
Yeah,
god.
I think that like every month there's some commercial about a new Marvel film, and I'm like, okay, whatever. there
But they're
are too
actually
many. I
there
can't
are-
see them all.
Yeah, there are actually some of them. I mean, I haven't seen that many of them, but you know, Guardians of the Galaxy is like it's like the awesomest thing ever. And the thing is that these comic book companies, they're so different, because Marvel is more like this traditional, like very very lighthearted, or it doesn't have to be lighthearted, but it has very much more comic value in their comic books. And then DC is more very dark in all these things, because goddamn Batman is very dark, even though
Yeah,
it can
he's
be
really
fun,
dark.
but it's very it's different tone. But I like it,
Yeah.
you know, they're different. I like both them.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
it's
I
good
just-
that they're different, because otherwise it would just be like you either chose one of them and then
Yeah.
go with that. But now you can actually, when they're so different, you can actually like both. In fact.
Exactly.
And you know about Batman's character still, I mean, he's just a really cool person. I mean,
Yeah.
the way he is, like the being of him. I mean, he's just so mysterious and doesn't take any credit. And
But in the same time, there is this very good theory that he's pretty much insane, because if you think about it, he never kills anyone, and he lets his villains go all the time. That's just because he has a huge hero complex that he just needs to be a hero. I don't know. It's very, you know, it's fun to analyze these DC characters, because they're very much always crazy.
Well, it kind of seems that way, because you know
Yeah,
it feels like he always has the eager to just fight and
Yeah, and
you know,
and he's also so like martyrish. That's why even though I love the character, it's like, come on, sometimes like
Yeah.
jeez, don't be so dramatic. But you know, I just love Batman, because you know I mean, he's awesome, and then the villains are so interesting.
True. I have to agree with that. Okay, but I think we're done. We'll see. But what comes up with Batman in 2015?
I
Yeah.
figured you'd have a little
Yeah.
more fight in you. Guess I figured wrong.